spook easily stung.
Have you ever explored the depths of fear? Have you ever wondered what depravity dwells within the imagination of a storyteller that prompts them to exhume horrors untold and expose those horrors to unsuspecting audiences? Some are repulsed, and some are shaken. However, there are those who are invigorated. So to those demented souls, we invite you to journey inward into the dark bowels of human imagination. Press play, and you will discover what's in the podcast.
He's there, behind the wall, beneath your own feet. You all tried to destroy him. In your greed, you tore everything precious from him. But Eric remembers.
What if Eric didn't really die in that fire?
Eric will make sure you remember too. There's no escape from the horror. There was a nightmare at the mall. Eric the Phantom struck. Phantom of the Mall. Eric's Revenge.
And welcome back to another edition of What's in the Podcast, Discomfort Flicks 2025, the segment where we talk about horror films that we love in lieu of box office, critical raves, or audience raves. These are the horror films that we love, and we don't give a fuck what anyone else thinks. And today is kind of a follow-up to what we did last year. Last year when we tackled Chopping Mall. The major thing that this movie has in common with that is that they both shop at the same mall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if... No, wait. I was going to be like... What if this happened first, and then, like, a few years later, the new owners, it was Chopping Mall?
Oh my god! Yeah, or like basically like, yeah, you know, last time the security sucked so hard
that we had to automate.
That the mall got blown up, so we had to rebuild, and we're not taking chances. We are getting fucking robot sentry guards.
I mean, come on, like, why would they have robot sentry guards all of a sudden? Like, yeah, you saw what happened last time.
What happened last time?
The place blew up. We gotta fix this. And,
Fucker blew up. We gotta modernize.
I mean, I would. Based on this world, I wouldn't put past it that those two could be in the same world.
That was some tasty headcanon. More, please. Okay, yeah. So the movie we're talking about today is Phantom of the Mall: Eric's Revenge. It is kind of
the damn tagline.
Yeah, it's not even a tagline. It's part of the top.
You
just
get it.
Phantom of the Mall.
Phantom of the Opera, but in a mall. That's
in
it.
A mall.
Eric's Revenge makes it sound like I missed the first
movie.
Yeah. There is no first movie.
Yeah, I mean it honestly, unfortunately, puts you on the wrong foot where you're thinking like it's Thanksgiving 3, you know, the third, and the whole part of that movie is the search for 2 kind of thing. It's like you
also just okay. So I'm a Phantom fan. Like I love Phantom of the Opera. Well, certain ones are not so good, but anyway, the concept is this story. This story falls into the Phantom of the Opera ideal. It's not Eric's Revenge. Yeah, so then what is, like, Phantom of the Opera? Eric's Revenge. I mean, like, because it's also, Eric is actually the name of the Phantom. If anyone actually knows that, some of the versions have that accurate. Some just totally break that off.
Yeah.
But his name actually is Eric. So for me, I was like, yeah, the Phantom of the Opera, his name is Eric, and it's technically kind of revenge, kind of just being a dick. This one, I will say, he is going for revenge. It is not a Angel of Music situation.
Oh no, well, there is a Christine figure.
A Christine figure, but the Angel of Music and the creepiness of him, like, pining for a young girl is not there. They are the same age.
Yeah.
You want to go with the plot on this one?
Actually, I think to kind of like shake it up a bit and also kind of help give us like maintain talking points all throughout. Let's just go through the movie, like actually go through. Yeah. I think that'll kind of. But
I mean, if you know Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah, but this was directed by Richard Friedman, and actually has a cast of actors. A lot of them are horror legends. I mean, we even have Ken Foree in a supporting role in this sucker. We've got Morgan Fairchild playing the mayor of it, but we even have Derek Rydell, who as Eric, who played the doofus boyfriend in Popcorn. The one who strays from Jill Sholin, but blissfully, and why that movie's fucking amazing, and we will do an episode on it later. He just keeps getting punished throughout the course of the movie until he actually redeems himself at the tail end of it. But he plays Eric in this. Actually, funny enough, another actor who played the asshole son of the guy who owns the mall was in Friday the 13th Part 6. He was Court. He was the guy who got killed in the RV.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was Court. You know, the was like, what are you doing back there, taking a dump?
That's a good kill, too.
Yeah, it was a great kill. Not only that, a great moment.
Great moment with the...
With the crash and everything. Oh, man.
Chef's kiss.
God, it's going to be so... It's going to drive me crazy. We're not going to be able to get to that one for another couple of years.
Yeah, well.
That's okay. We'll get Roy next year, though. Yeah, so that's fine.
So anyway.
Yeah. But there is another thing about... Well, actually, for starters, this movie kind of fell into our lap.
There's one thing about this movie that is so...
Odd.
It's odd?
Kind of hilarious. Actually, more hilarious than most of his career afterwards, but...
Kind of amazing.
Kind of amazing.
I kind of throw it out. It's kind of amazing.
Well, aren't you about to go to a con where he's going to be at?
Yes, I am.
And you're tempted to actually...
I am so tempted to show up with this DVD to get him signed it. Because I'm like, I really liked your performance in it. I don't know how you feel about it, but I thought you were great.
Yeah. I mean, this is one of those times where it's like, no, you show them, you take
It's definitely the one movie never mentioned.
One movie probably never talked about at all, but yeah, Pauly Shore is in this movie.
Was this like one of his
Yeah, this was his first.
And it's the most... I mean, he has moments where he does his...
Oh, there's a whole bit with the security cam that is pure Pauly Shore.
But it's also... It worked.
Yeah.
It works, so I'm not going to say... But, like, he's essentially... I would say he's the Madame Geary
character, yeah.
Where it's the person who knows what's going on, who is very helpful to the protagonist.
To the Raoul character, yeah.
The Raoul character and even the Christine character.
And also the Meg
character.
Yeah.
Very helpful. Yes, it has one very unusual, goofy scene, but like, is a person you actually would rely on. And yeah, quirky, funny teenager working at the yogurt shop, but it's kind of endearing. And it's not. The thing is, this is before he had the Weasel character.
Oh, this is before the Weasel was born. Yeah.
So. Honestly, I feel like his performance in Son-in-Law, I know that was more of the Weasel character, but a lot of the heartfelt moments of Son-in-Law kind of felt like similar to this.
Right here.
And, yeah, he's going to be at a con that I'm going to, and I'm so, like, tempted to... Because, again, I'm also a very paranoid individual, like, bringing up older stuff that maybe they don't talk about or bring up.
Oh.
I think he's fantastic in this film, but it's also the most... I almost say straight, but like normal character I've seen him play.
It's a character he's playing a character that you know, and especially with this being a California mall. This is the Sherman Oaks Mall from Chopping Mall.
This person exists.
I'm like, I guarantee that this person existed like in different, and from what everyone said, like on set, saying like no, they cast him because they saw him do his stand up, loved him, and they needed a quirky character for this role.
Yeah, he's very quirky, but like the totally mall 80s. Teenager quirky character. Like a lot of people are quirky in this movie. He's actually just really charming. I think he's just wonderful in it, and I was just very thrown off because I came from the 90s. I remember him from Encino Man and Son-in-Law and all that.
Yeah, Encino Man was like the big like world temporarily falling in love with Pauly Shore.
Oh, I just realized at that event Sean Astin's going to be there too.
Yeah, Sean. Oh my God, it's going to be an Encino Man reunion at that con. Holy shit!
I just realized that.
That's pretty amazing.
That's kind of awesome.
That is the only thing that would make it even better is a Brendan Fraser.
Yeah,
he's not.
No, he's going to be there. I've already met him, but
even that would have been awesome. To have like the triumvirate of Encino Man like together. That would be kind of awesome.
Cool.
That's gonna be great.
Anyway,
So this movie kind of fell into our laps. I mean, I forget what motivated me to watch this. I think it was just the fact that I myself
You just randomly watched it, and then it ended up on Joe Bob, didn't it?
Inevitably it did. No, first I just watched it because I was like, Phantom of the Mall, Eric's Revenge, what the fuck? And I just watched it, and I was like, first off, I was like, oh my God, it's the mall from Chopping Mall. But then I just kind of fell in love with this movie just because of everything else that happens in this movie. There's a lot of things we'll get into. But then I showed it to you. I mean, yeah, because of the Pauly Shore connection, but also just because you liked Phantom of the Opera stories.
I'm a Phantom of the Opera fan.
Yeah.
I like different adaptations. I like the one from 100 years ago. I like the Robert Englund one. I'm gonna back up the 2004 one. There's things that are not good in it. There are things that are amazing in it, and I will back that up.
Yeah.
I've read the sequel book. That actually was really good.
Not
as bad. No,
nowhere near as bad as Love Never Dies.
That piece of shit. Anyway, so I know the whole plot, and so when I was watching a mall adaptation, I was like, that's actually a fascinating idea because I would love to see something like that, and I was amazed at how it did follow so much of the story of Phantom of the Opera. But did its own unique thing at the same time. And it was brutal, too. I was a little surprised by... Like, we're talking Intruder level brutal at times. Like, sometimes they pump the brakes.
They pump the brakes. I mean, we do get a fan kill. We do get
that
a face
I was impressed.
Face in the fan kill.
Some of them were a little... How did you pull that shit off?
I mean...
The Cobra.
The Cobra is
How did you do that, bro?
What pet store is selling a fucking Cobra?
And how did you know the layout of all the pipes to that perfect one?
Well, with a Phantom character, the whole thing about a Phantom is that he knows every nook and cranny.
He does, but like at the same time, I would have liked. Okay, so I'm just being that picky little bitch. I would have liked like in his lair because he has his little lair, which I'm gonna bring up one thing that was annoying me as I look into that.
Well, yeah, we'll get into it.
It was just a little thing.
Yes.
But like, see, like maybe the plans for the mall, like on the wall, just to say, okay, for these last few months as they've been building, he's memorized the layout. That would have cut that out. I'm just gonna throw this part out just so I can vent for 5 seconds. So in his lair, he's got his workout gear, which makes sense. He should be working out, so and the dude's buff. He's cut. Every time you see him working out, though, he is lifting like 10 pounds.
Yeah, he's doing he's doing lateral pull downs with a 10-pound weight on the fucking thing.
I can do that with one hand.
Yeah.
I know you're trying to look good for your girl who's right there, but I'm like,
that's exactly it. That's exactly
but
it.
But it's not even making him look good because it looks pitiful. When you see a big buff dude doing 10 pounds, like one weight going up, I'm like, oh, no, maybe it was like 30 pounds.
You're being generous.
It was maybe 30. 30, I can still do that and not look like I'm stressing. So it was just, I get it more. Maybe this is the 30th take. This poor actor should be. I get that, but then make them out of foam and make it look like he's struggling.
Fortunately,
make him look like a badass. Like 100 pounds.
The lighting was dark enough that you could have just faked it with some foam weights. You know,
I'm just saying, like, make him look like a badass. I mean, dude's ripped. He's got to be pumping more than 10 pounds.
At least Bozo in the Toxic Avenger, I mean, when you see him pumping weights, I'm like going, that guy's
that was legit.
That guy's fucking terrifying. Nuts. So.
I was a little worried, like,
fat!
Yeah, like, okay, guy. But anyway.
Okay, so to begin, this is a new mall that just opened up, and it's spearheaded by the mayor in the effort to try to bring in more jobs.
By the way, just putting out there, in the 80s, there was this thing called mall culture where malls literally would create a society within a town. It could save a town if you put a good
Stranger
mall
Things, but also cripple the community around it as well. Stranger Things Season 3 did a really good job getting into this idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Malls
the idea that
can hurt small businesses, which they did, and that's where the counter came in later on. But mall culture was a big thing because prior to, I think, the 80s to the 70s, malls didn't exist. The 70s is when they started becoming a thing.
70s is when they started popping up.
80s is when they became a culture.
Yeah.
90s was when they started dying, and 2000s when they...
Well, I'd say the thing that finally killed it was COVID, but
COVID really definitely
I mean, nowadays when if a mall is still around, I mean, I think
if it's still around, it's still 50% empty.
Yeah, for the most part, a lot of them are like graveyards. I mean, around our area, we have two that are still like very much alive and thriving. The Altamont Springs Mall and the Florida Mall. Those are the ones that are.
Florida Mall is right off of the main highway to the airport. So a lot of the large layovers, they actually have buses that will take you there. So it's a tourist destination. And
it also has shuttle service to a lot of the theme parks because there's a hotel in the mall as well.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a centralized mall. And then you have the other Northern Mall, which has a kind of like a huge amount of places right around it. I haven't been to that mall specifically in a long time, so I can't remember like going there to shop. It's usually you go to the movie theater because it's a good one, and you will go in the mall just because you're bored.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, and the mall, and well, I've been in there recently because I work actually kind of near
Yeah.
there. So periodically, like when I want to discreetly Christmas shop for you, I'll poke my head in there, and it's still teeming. It's still like
That's one of like the few ones left. That's
Yeah.
why it's probably.
yeah, and that makes me happy. Like when you do see a mall still be doing well, and that's the whole point of this mall is that this mall was kind of meant to be like a big old, kick in the butt for like helping people get jobs. I mean, and Morgan Fairchild. She plays a mayor who on the surface you think like, oh my god, she's a very altruistic, actually like really kind of like, yay, go get him, because she actually our main character is Melody, played by Carrie Whitman, who just gets a job along with her friend Susie at the mall in a pastel colored, everything was pastels in the 80s place called Sleuths, and I'm like going, okay, so you're a murder mystery restaurant. I'm not getting the murder mystery theme you got going on here. Yeah.
Shtick dining, I think, was the thing in the 80s. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
That was more of a 90s thing, but yeah.
Yeah, but Melody is kind of nursing a bit of a grief period because prior to this mall opening, on the land that this mall was being built on, her boyfriend, Eric, died in a fire under mysterious circumstances. But when this mall opens, it is starting to be menaced by someone who seems to be dwelling in the vents, which of course, because the title had to say Eric's Revenge, we know it's fucking Eric.
It's also, he kind of goes like low level killings until it starts to become more noticeable. Because in the Phantom of the Opera story, the original story is that he would basically blackmail theater for finances. I was always like, what are you using that money for, bro? You live in the sewer. But he would bribe them to not fuck them up, and when the new owners stopped paying him, that's when he starts fucking them up.
Yeah.
And this one, it's like, no, he's already out for blood.
Yeah, because as you can kind of guess this from the beginning, is that very clearly the people responsible for the building of the mall were the ones responsible for the fire that disfigured Eric, and as we discover also, I think killed his parents.
I think his family died too. And
Yeah.
like, he got disfigured in the fire, and his girlfriend actually kind of witnessed it.
She witnessed it and narrowly survived.
Yeah, she almost got killed.
Yeah, she almost got killed in the process.
And he's also hung up on her because that's like the last person that ever cared about him. So not only is he pissed off, wants revenge, he's also still kind of pining over her. And he hasn't considered maybe needs to move on. Like, things are not how they are. So eventually they will.
Yeah. So in Phantom stories, this one's actually fairly unique that she had a relationship with the Phantom character before it all went down.
Yeah, no, that's definitely different.
Yeah, this is definitely different in that regard, but it's also about the fact that she loves him, but she needs to move on because unfortunately, even though, it's great that he's alive, and she does probably agree that, these fuckers need to pay.
Oh, yeah, no, she's pissed. But, like, when he's like, oh, we can be together, and she's like, what? Because also, he's changed. Like, he's not the guy she fell in love with. And not even scarred. Why she does not seem bothered by that too much. It's the fact he's murdering people. And
kind of
crazy. He kind of gone cray cray.
Yeah,
just a bit.
Just a skosh. And even then, he's wanting her to stay with him, like in his
little mall house and everything,
and probably even wanting her.
Actually, I think he want to blow the place up.
Oh yeah, he wanted.
Oh no, he wants like her to die with him or something.
Oh yeah, that whole
like
thing.
he's doing the whole let's burn it all and die together like we should have before, and she's like, no. So the dynamic, I will say what was never very great on the Phantom storyline. Like, Christine was always a meh character. And the Phantom, like, his obsession with her, good, the girl can sing. What the fuck?
Well, a lot of it was also because he groomed her to sing.
Well, he taught her how to sing, but, like, it was a very control thing. It was it's toxic. It's kind of gross. I don't deny that. But this turns it around. It makes it that, no, they had a relationship. Things happened, but he's now turned toxic, and needs that, like, she cares about him and also upset that this happened and wants, justice, but she's not gonna die for him, which she shouldn't have to.
Yeah, and because she does actually meet her own Raoul character in the form of Peter, who is actually a reporter who, even though it seems like he's just chronicling, the opening of the mall, you find out that, no, he's actually been actively investigating the dirty dealings going on, which, again, thank you, Buzz, Pauly Shore, actually gives him fuel for that fire when he finds out that in the mall music that's playing in the background, there's They Live style subliminal messaging going on, telling people consume, buy at the mall, and all that stuff.
Yeah, no, he gives them kind of a heads up on this place is a lot more sus than you expect. And
of course, you suspect that when you find out that there's security cameras in the fitting rooms.
Like, okay.
Ah!
Now, like, that's already bullshit, that there would be cameras in the fitting rooms. But also, I'm just putting it out there. Y'all think that, like, women go into the fitting rooms with the curtains open and just come out topless to show all the other ladies their titties. That's not how it works, guys. I know y'all think that women just rip off of their clothes and stand around naked in front of everybody because y'all pretend like that's a thing. It's not a thing. Everyone is, one, staying clothed when they put on these clothes. Even if you're putting on like underwear, I guarantee you were still wearing your own underwear because you don't want to put on that shit knowing that someone else probably put it on before you. Maybe a bra if you have to try that on, but that's like specific stores, and most of the time once you know your size you just go with it. But that is not a thing. And yeah, I can tell you, you go and get your ass sued if there was a camera in the fitting rooms.
Oh yeah,
that's fucked up.
For exactly the reason why there should never be, because the first victim of the first on-screen victim, the one who gets the face fan, is this lecherous, derpy ass security guard who is not even hiding it either. Ken Foray, who's very clearly his superior, is literally watching him over his shoulder, giving him the Ken Foray, I'm gonna fuck your ass up face.
But it also kind of falls into the guys will know what other guys are doing. They're shitty, but won't actually do anything about it. They'll just be like, oh man, you're just being a jerk, you know. It's
yeah.
But I mean, like, no, the cameras in the changing rooms, that's bullshit. But I'm also going to throw down, it's bullshit to think women would walk around with their tops off to other women. Like, I'm sorry, even with my friends, if I have a friend who's going to take off her top in our presence, we, one, get a warning about it, and two, most of the time they're facing the other direction so that nobody, because not everyone wants to see anyone naked.
Yeah.
That's not a thing.
And even then, there are people in this world who are self-conscious about anyone seeing them naked. I mean,
my God.
For crying out loud, even me at the gym, I'm still self-conscious about dropping trowel, even though a bunch of, like, people are doing it all around me. I'm still self-conscious because I don't think, I even in lieu of my best efforts, I still don't think I'm that desirable to look at. So,
I mean, when I was in my high school gym, I did the trick of the oversized t-shirt. So you put that on first, so when you have to take off your lower, that's already covered.
It's a great trick.
Because, and I can tell you, everyone else did the same thing. Nobody wants to see nobody naked.
Mm-hmm.
Because also, it's just, that's not a thing. Nobody wants to freaking do that. And if you do, you're the creeper.
Mm.
Just saying. And we will know it if we see you being a creeper. And I don't care what your gender is or what your sex is or anything. If you're staring at other people when they're changing, you's a creeper, you should get the fuck out. So, just saying.
I love how much mileage we got out of just this one bit of this movie.
I mean, I will still say that's the most gratuitous bullshit moment in the movie.
But also quintessentially 80s moment. It's like
so
that.
80s. It's so...
In any movie, like, this is the kind of shit you'd see in movies like Hard Bodies or Private Resort or something like that. You know?
Also, all the women were like, they looked like they had to be in their 20s, 30s. Like, these were not, but they were implying that they were teenagers.
Or that they were like just graduating from high school.
They're just graduating, like 18,
Melody,
19.
yeah, Melody I think actually just graduated. And
yeah,
actually,
she does talk about college.
Yeah, she's like taking this job specifically so she can pay for college.
So it's like the summer between, so she's at 18. But like, it's just so over the top. It's so 80s.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, it's a horror movie. You're going to have to throw some titties in there because you're not going to get them otherwise, really.
Yeah. I'm just realizing in the midst of all this, who is the Carlotta? Actually, you know who the Carlotta character is?
That one bitch?
No. No, the guy who owns the mall, his son.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the Carlotta character.
I mean, why not? Oh, he gets a pretty Carlotta got killed. Didn't get killed off.
Didn't get killed, like, I mean, yeah. But,
she didn't get killed off in the story, but he gets the most accurate phantom death.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, and a damn great one that it's probably...
Could have been a lot worse. I mean, they could have gone dark with it.
Could have gone dark, but honestly, this felt a lot more realistic, but it definitely prompts me to play this clip.
There's not a year goes by, not a year, that I don't read about some escalator accident involving some bastard kid that could have been easily avoided had some parent I don't care which one, but some parent conditioned him to fear and respect that escalator.
When I first saw this movie, immediately that rant was in my head. And it's like it makes me just go, fear and respect that escalator.
I was just thinking more Final Destination 4.
I don't want to think about Final Destination.
No, but can we not deny that was actually a decent...
That was a great sequence.
That was a sequence that was worth at least acknowledging.
Yeah, but honestly,
Well, my view is, after the fan and a cobra up the dick, that I would expect a little more from an escalator. It was good. It was fine. But I felt like it was a slight downgrade to what is capable of an escalator. Like, I was expecting his head to get decapitated.
Yeah, well, I think because this movie also, and we did allude to it in the previous episode, we did get already an epic beheading in this one, in the form of a compressor gate. Because in the midst of it, now, one major thing that's happening is that because Peter has been investigating this, what's been going on in the mall, and because Melody is closely involved with a big old murder conspiracy relating to this mall, unfortunately, the guy who runs it has hired some muscle.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
Yeah, there's some hired muscle involved here who wants to silence them. So there's a whole... he creepy dude too.
Like, I apologize to everyone I say this. He reminds me of like a Temu, like Jeff Fahey.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, he did not.
He kind of does. Like, I could see Jeff Fahey as this character.
Jeff Fahey,
but
could
he
easily...
would be a little bit more.
But the one thing this guy
The
has,
one thing that elevator sequence, that shit
oh
was
my god,
fucking hilarious.
Yeah, so there's a whole.
He's got some hilarious. I'm just going so far over the top, and I kind of.
Oh, that was one of the major aspects of the charm of this movie. But yeah, there's a whole drawn out chase sequence where
it doesn't go anywhere.
Where this guard is chasing Peter all throughout the mall, and you'd think people would notice that the security guard's gone completely fucking mental.
Like this is over the top chasing.
Now, if you've seen Shopping Mall, you remember that that elevator in the main area gets a lot of play, where they actually jump on top of the thing and all that. There is one bit where this fucking guy.
So funny.
Launches his ass on top of that elevator
and
then hangs over it.
Like,
ah!
Yeah, like if you're inside, he's like hanging over it, like making like monster faces.
So,
I would be like, I know I should be scared, but I'm gonna laugh.
It's like damn, LaForest from Mallrats ain't got shit on this guy.
Like, this guy's going all out, and he doesn't even finish the chase.
No, he does not finish the chase.
And I mean, the guy.
But this is also...
That was a direction, and I appreciate that direction.
I love that this is the direction it goes, but even then, this guy is fucking relentless, because later on, we get a great Tomorrow Never Dies style chase sequence in the parking garage, which...
has one of the... how the fuck did that happen and not someone die?
Yeah, there is a stunt. And actually, that's another thing this movie also has going for it. Some of the stunt work is fucking great.
This is... before regulations, it has to be. Like, I don't know how.
I mean, but there's one stunt which just blew my mind when I saw it. Is that that guard's the hitman's or the muscle's car fishtails, and it whacks into a bystander, and this stuntman does this amazing flip.
Like, the trunk section hits him in the lower part of the bike. Dude flips over the trunk and slams into the ground.
Slams hard into the concrete.
And it's not like a dummy. It's not. That is a human being who just got flipped over.
I was just staggered.
Wait, is that guy okay?
Yeah, I wanted to know. Is that guy...
how's that man doing?
I mean, we had the Blu-ray, and they didn't say anything. I need to probably have to listen. No, the commentary. Well,
the
commentary. Yeah, the commentary.
Yeah, the commentary was great.
But even though I wish that I could find some of the filmmakers on there to find out, was that guy okay afterwards? And then, it was just crazy. It was so freaking crazy. I couldn't believe that. And God, this is why I love low-budget films, because a lot of times there's that all-or-nothing feel to those stunts.
Yeah, they just had to do it. And the stunt people, they put their lives on the line, literally.
Yeah.
To do this stuff.
Especially
in the 80s.
Oh, definitely.
I mean, even the big budgeted films, like the James Bond films and stuff, you hear the stories of what happened to some of those.
Oh, man, what happened to that one stunt man on Octopussy? Holy shit.
Oh, yeah, he got,
yeah, his entire, leg got fucked up, dangling off the side of the train.
Yeah, he was horribly injured.
It's crazy. I mean, it's embarrassing that it took this long that we're finally going to get an awards category.
Yeah, and not 2 years, because for some reason they can't just do it next year.
It's there's been great stunts already this year, people. Let's just go ahead and...
It's they have me a bunch of snooty people who don't think stunts actually are
Yeah.
And these are people who would look at this stuff and say, well, there's no art. Oh, go fuck yourself.
Fuck yourself.
You all don't even know what art is. Like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, to you, art is just just one letter away from fart. That's all it is to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fuck you guys. So so the conspiracy goes a little bit deeper, where they do pretty much realize that the guy who runs this mall or has built this mall, arranged to have anyone who's even in the area have their house burned down. Or, well, first they do the whole pay them off to relocate, but of course Eric's family refused. They didn't budge, and then they burned his house down. And well, now this shit. Now of course Eric is around fucking shit up, and as you can go, it kind of goes pretty much the path you'd expect with a movie like this, especially when it comes to when you do the revenge angle. That is one thing someone observed with the Phantom of the Opera story. I mean, there's a lot of ones where they're always compelled to explain the Phantom's origin or give him an origin story when...
he has an origin. They just don't want to accept what it is because it's originally a book.
Mm-hmm. Gaston
The
Leroux.
origin is he was born this way. He was born malformed, super genius, very intelligent, but just didn't look great.
Yeah.
And society hated him for that, and he was ostracized, so of course made him resentful. But he had that talent, so he kind of imbued it into other people, but became possessive, and also probably antisocial, having a hatred of society. He's gonna have some problems.
Yeah.
Whereas there was the code of people couldn't just be naturally angry, or they could never blame society for making someone hurt or angry. So they always say, they got burned, or they got wronged, or asked in the face, or they sold their soul to the devil, or something to explain why is the Phantom acting this way.
Yeah.
So in this case, Eric was a good guy. He got fucked over royally, so now he's gone insane and doing his thing.
Yeah.
You couldn't have it just be him. It has to be something done to him to explain it out.
And there's even a kind of idea that because he's been living of all things in a mall, and you can. And the one thing about living in a mall is that you can actually imagine. Well, as Dawn of the Dead did a wonderful job explaining, you could practically sustain yourself living in a mall and actually be like. So you there is that sense of that idea that's actually kind of embedded in a lot of people's consciousness during that time of mall culture, where you're left to believe that you are not left wanting so long as you stay at the mall, or so long as you live in the mall. And one could even say that was kind of something with Eric, was that here he was working out. He was learning his martial arts skills, probably swiped a book from the bookstore. He needed weapons. There's flamethrowers being sold at the hardware store. Why they have flamethrowers at the hardware store, I have no idea. 80s. I mean, Chopping Mall had Peck and Paw's gun shop, so, anything's possible. So there is that idea that he probably, and even he was eyeing Melody wanting this particular dress, swiped the dress for her, and kept saying, come stay with me, I can bring you anything you want, I can keep you here.
Well, that's the Phantom's MO with Christine, is I can give you everything you need, everything you want, you can do what you want, blah, blah, blah. In that, he was more under a control need. This is kind of like she's the one connection to his past. So it's probably his obsession is just the one connection, because everything else is gone.
Yep.
And I mean, this poor girl's just trying to move on.
Yeah.
She's literally she is super traumatized by what happened, because she's literally thrown out the window to survive this fire and watches him die in the fire from the window, and she's been trying to get over it for a year, just trying, and this poor girl does not deserve this.
No,
she's definitely a Christine I can more side with, where she does not deserve this. Leave this poor soul alone.
And she's even before she even finds out Eric's still alive, she's already being tormented. I mean, there's one point in the movie where she almost gets assaulted by some dude in a mask. And
who works at the mall.
As we discover, it turns out he's a guy who's this mall has one of those guys playing the piano.
Well, she gets almost assaulted because her car's not working, and he gets shot with an arrow.
Yeah, shot with an arrow.
Shot with an arrow by somebody. It's Eric. So he's watching over her. You eventually find out it's the guy who plays the piano in the open area, because the old malls used to have that.
Yeah.
You'd have an entertainer, and Eric takes him out. Obviously, because he made it.
With
he
the
tried to hard.
Yeah, he's the
with
one
the
who gets
cobra
with the cobra dick.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
But like, it's a very random bit. Like, I get the point is that Eric is trying to protect her, which he is.
It's that idea that she realizes she's being watched over.
Yeah, it kind of adds to the story in that sense. But what?
No, well, the other indication that she gets watched over is the fact that a particular song keeps playing by Stan Bush.
Oh my god, that damn song.
That damn song, which is not on. Oh my god, this drove me fucking crazy. All right, now I have a playlist of music from horror films. Like anytime I see like a needle drop in horror films, I have to have it on my playlist. I think the song's called "Hearts in Darkness" by Stan Bush. It's not anywhere in his catalog. And that's driving me fucking crazy. I mean, every damn song that he ever wrote for Transformers the movie is on there.
Well, yeah, because those are epic.
And I think those are the only things he's really known for.
Hey, at least you're known.
Yeah, that is true.
Take what you can get.
That is true. I mean, we had to laugh at this because we actually do have like convention memories of Stan Bush.
Yeah, he was a guest at an anime event that we worked at
long time
and
ago.
they actually did. He performed, and it was
Yeah.
a great idea. I thought it was funny. I didn't get to see it
I
because
saw-
I had to keep working.
I saw the footage of it. Apparently,
Yeah, I saw footage. I was working.
To his
at the
credit,
event.
the dude put on a hell of a show.
Oh, it
like,
looked like
yeah,
a fun time. I wish I could have seen it.
wish you could have seen it.
I don't know where the hell I was at the time.
Working,
Working
one of two things. We were probably either working an event or we were just dead fucking tired.
Yeah,
Because it was also late at night. I do remember being late.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's just
So it just
that
kind
was interesting.
So now it's like,
It's pure 80s. If you can get any more 80s.
oh yeah, it was pure 80s power ballad song that they play that sucker ad nauseum throughout various points in the movie. But it was also but to its credit, it was used specifically to alert Melody that Eric's there and he's watching her.
I mean, that's kind of in tune with Phantom of the Opera, where he'd always sing to her.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it was a good device. It was a good device. So, so it comes to the point where the conspiracy gets outed, where big shock, the seemingly benevolent, very outgoing mayor is in on the conspiracy. And actually, there was one bit now with the mall runner's son, after he gets that great death, there's a point where, or actually not even that, just when like bodies are dropping, one point a body drops right on the guy's desk in front of him, and this guy reacts in the most subdued way possible.
Does this normally happen to you, buddy?
Well, I don't know. This guy engages in full-blown murder conspiracies for profit. So who knows? This may be commonplace for him. I mean, he may have mob ties, and he's probably watched.
I bet you he's got mob ties. That's how he found out the people who set the house on fire.
No, that's true.
He probably has mob ties.
Yeah, probably does. So yeah, just the idea of I think a headless corpse like slapping on his desk. Yeah, that's right. It was the I think it was the it was the hitman. Actually, it was when.
Oh yes, when he killed
when
him.
he killed the
It was his
hitman,
body,
left it on his desk.
There's a lot of bodies in this movie.
Yeah, no, the good body count in this movie. Just overall, we got ourselves a kick-ass, pretty damn solid body count in this. But Morgan Fairchild gets it real good. She ends up getting one of the great stunts where she gets launched out of the guy's office. I don't know how they do it in movies. It always happens. Nowadays, I'm always anticipating. It's like, okay, what's he gonna get impaled on? Every time, I'm like, okay,
It's always something.
I just want to see a movie. Well, I find it sad that the only time I've ever seen a movie where someone falls to their death, and it's just simply splat in the most awkward way possible, is fucking Les Mis.
The audience laughed.
The audience fucking laughed.
What the thought?
That is not the time to do that kind of fucking death.
I mean, like, it was the thud.
It was the fucking thud.
It was like, go-dum.
What
And
were
I'm
you?
like,
I mean, granted, there's the same director who did Cats, so I guess it makes sense now. But even then, I was
remember that going.
why would you?
That killed that moment.
Why
right
would you
there.
Wile E. Coyote Javert? You
I mean, you could have him just jump and then don't show
Just
him
don't show it,
land.
just-
Don't show the landing, because when you land, actually Sweeney Todd did it. Like showed when a body slaps into the ground, it ain't pretty.
Yeah.
So it's almost in that film kind of used it for a comedic effect.
well, comedic, but they also did it in a way to kind of show how, or to kind of really hit
also
home.
Make sure that
they're dead.
Yeah,
as well.
that's gonna kill you.
Because the way that
this didn't kill you this film.
because the way the body slid in, they slid in head first, and their head would land on solid rock.
Right, so that made sense. But it also slightly comedic because the thud sound. it's the dodgeball trick where if you have no sound and the dodgeball hits someone in the face, it's okay. But if you add that boing sound, it makes everything funny. And the thud is what you go, you know, like.
Yeah.
And also you see the body just flop there.
And it's like, I don't mind other, like, if like a comedy horror movie does this, or even just a regular horror movie, just to show how...
Not a deep emotional moment that you're supposed to maybe kind of give a shit. But at that point I was like, you're not singing anymore, so woohoo!
But statistically speaking, what I commonly see, whether it be action films or in horror, hell, even Batman Arkham City did it, where someone falls to their death and they get impaled on something.
They have to fall on something to make it... Because also that stops the thud.
Yeah.
Because if you get impaled on something, you're like, you're kind of stuck, so you don't do the thud. Because the thud really kind of takes away from the moment. I mean, unless it's from a far distance and you hear splat.
Yeah.
Like, that's okay. But, like, the thud, especially if they're going head first.
Yeah, like Orphan First Kill did a really good job of a fall to your death kill where they land like a hard on the asphalt. That's a good one. Like if you do a land on the asphalt kill, you know,
you kind of have that. It's an art form. It's really hard to not make it sound funny.
Yeah, it does. But to me, the impalement, as fun as an impalement is, I also just have to laugh because of how perfectly
something is sticking out to get hit.
Yeah, always that one perfect thing that they get impaled on, but even more so that the aim is so damn good that they're able to land dead center, like right in the 10 ring.
It's perfect.
So perfect. So perfect. I actually, you know, you kind of remember one of the Mortal Kombat games. I remember one of the pit fatalities. And you fall off the edge. I don't know if they ever noticed it with the way they programmed it, but it looked like the stalagmite that they impaled themselves. It looked like it was going up their ass. Yeah, I was hoping they would do like, yeah. But so yeah, that's what happens with Morgan Fairchild. But in the end, Eric decides to blow up the entire fucking mall, and we get the whole running out of the mall right in time. And I think Eric gets completely torched again. I think at the end of this.
I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, and big happy ending all around. Though it does have an awkward ass last line where Peter goes like, "Well, at least I got the girl." I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Yeah,
that's what showed me the last line. It was a whack
across the fucking face. You know, where it's like going, dude, I just had fucking trauma. Don't be making me a trophy right now.
Oh, you know what? Actually, no, never mind.
No, go for it.
I was gonna say like if Buzz, Pauly Shore's character's like, hey,
yes,
do that like,
yes.
I mean, just to, because he was like fucking around with people, like he would do that.
Absolutely. I mean, fucking around and non-gratuitously too, because yeah, the whole hallway sequence we mentioned is that he has to distract the guard away.
So he drops his trousers and just walks away with his ass hanging out.
Yeah.
And just like.
Which is a pure Pauly Shore thing to do, actually.
Which is very, like, yeah, okay, I could see it happening. And the weird part is it gets the security guy to come out. And I'm still going,
well played.
How did you know that would work?
I mean...
Just saying, how did you know that would work? But it was like, he looked like he knew what to do, too. I'm like, how the fuck did you know that? And I'm like, I'm not going to ask, I'm not going to judge. But that's like the one... Weasley type moment he has. What it was also like he put himself out there to help out and get rid of the security guy, and he does a good job.
And he even thought, and the first thing he thought, you know, we got to get out of here. Gets on the freaking ATV that happens to be fully gassed up in the mall, and I guess didn't need keys to use it. So you know, yeah, that's another thing I also noticed that you know, in any movie where they always jump on a random thing is like, how do they get the thing started up? But yeah, so Buzz ends up wildly, but you're right. I think that's what they should have done.
Just because that, I'm like, don't be that guy.
Don't be that guy. Never be that guy at all. So yeah, but Phantom of the Mall: Eric's Revenge. It came out. Well, unfortunately, this one had a lot of behind the scenes woes. It ended up even during production. I mean, it was always intended to be Phantom of the Mall or Phantom of the Opera type movie in a mall, but it was one that just kept having troubles when it came to the script, when it came to the producers. It was just one that was just a mess. I mean, I think it was the producer's idea, or definitely someone in the higher ups' idea to put Eric's Revenge at the end of it. Oh
yeah, because you know any dumb ideas added tend to be from people who don't actually make movies.
Yeah, tends to be. But this movie came out and it did. I know for a fact just did no business whatsoever. This is one I think probably gained an audience not strictly through video sales. I think this one was mainly through cable, Like probably.
Yeah, I imagine this would have been something that's like on late night cable or something.
Yeah, and in its defense, this does seem like the kind of movie that would be a cable movie. Like this is the kind of thing I would have. Honestly, when I watched it, I thought, was this made for cable? It had a kind of a made for cable vibe to it. Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming I actually didn't have cable during the time when everyone was all like, "Oh my god, I got cable, I'm royalty." I don't know. Did you have cable? You were royalty. No, no.
No, but we did have cable because our family, we watched TV.
Yeah. Oh, we watched TV too. We just didn't have cable, but yeah.
No, we had cable, but like, I didn't have a say in that. I didn't ask my parents for cable. They got it. I was like, okay, whatever.
Yeah. Admittedly for myself, I don't really know what I would have done with cable at the time, but I mean, well, I definitely know what I would have done like later on when I was watching Beavis and Butthead and my mom didn't want me to, kind of thing. But I don't know. Now we live in the days of streaming, and now we're like laughing, going, yelling streaming services. Actually, like Obi-Wan going, "You were supposed to destroy cable, not join them."
I mean, I still say it's not the same as cable. As much as people want to bitch about the cost, I get that. That's fair. The difference between streaming and cables, you didn't get to pick what was playing.
That is
true. You
true.
had a TV guide. You looked it up to see what was going to play and when it was going to play. Maybe you got a description.
Nah.
Now you can pick what you're going to watch, when you're going to watch it, and how you're going to watch it.
Yep.
That's a different beast. Streaming is not the same as cable. You want to argue the cost? You do you. I get it. That part I can understand. But I will say, streaming is completely different. In the case of, like, we haven't watched the second half of Wednesday. After this, we can go watch it. We don't have to wait for it to air to watch it. Also, watch it that one time, because you don't get to save it. That was not a thing. So, I kind of want to slap every Gen X or Boomer whines about cable. It's just like cable. No, it's not.
No.
Oh my god. I had a VHS record shit because things would get played.
And you
once.
were lucky if the timer on that VHS worked.
Oh,
You were lucky.
Oh god, yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I mean, one time when I was away on vacation, I tried queuing that shit up, and then I think it ended up recording a freaking infomercial for a vacuum cleaner, late night thing selling vacuum cleaners.
Especially the time changed, you didn't pay attention.
Oh, no. Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah, no, that's the difference. Streaming, at least you can, if something like airs, you can still watch it later, even though, like Twisted Metal, it came out every week, a couple episodes every week. Yeah, but if you didn't watch them at that second, you can still watch them the next day, no problem. You can watch them again later. When they were airing on cable, you just watched it when it aired, and that was it.
Yeah.
And you hope for a rerun one day.
I mean, I will say one thing I do think was kind of awesome about cable, just because of the fact that it was made for great background noise, was the TV Guide channel, the one with the scrolling, where like the guide was like scrolling up just like gradually, and you were kind of watching it, and they played like the trailers for movies and commercials and shit like at the same time. You never had that?
I don't think so.
Oh yeah, no, like
oh no, my thing I remember, and Toy Story 2, I think, did it really fucking well. Oh yeah, it was Toy Story 2. Was when you had the remote, and you just went. And I remember my dad would get so angry at me. I'd be flipping as fast as possible, and he'd be like, "How do you know what?" I'm like, "I know."
I know.
And when Toy Story 2 did, I think it was the pig.
Yeah, Ham. It was Ham.
He did it. He's like, "Move aside," and I'm like, "Bro, you spoke to me because we do the same thing." And he also knew exactly when to stop it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yes, it was like instantaneous. You know when to stop. I missed those. I missed that.
Yeah.
That is the one thing I miss. Was it channel surfing? That was what it was.
Channel surfing, yeah, that was kind of what it was called.
Where you just speed through all the channels and.
Yeah. So that's kind of, I think, how people watched Phantom of the Mall, Eric's Revenge. They probably were channel
stopped on it.
They were probably like channel surfing, and then they saw, admittedly, now, when it comes to Phantom looks, like, it is kind of interesting that you have a Phantom wearing a baseball cap and a
It made sense.
Letterman jacket.
Though
it was cool seeing him fashion his mask out of a mannequin head.
No, that was actually pretty cool. That was a cool idea and also, I don't know, it made more sense why he would wear a mask.
Yeah, because he was burnt to shit. So.
Well, I mean, also he was a young teenager, and he had that history. So.
Exactly. So yeah, leaving with that. So in the annals of Phantom adaptations, where do you think Phantom of the Mall, Eric's Revenge ranks?
Middle.
Mid. Okay. I mean, thus far, what would you say is still your top?
Fuck, I don't know. I have to go through them all in my head. I'm not really in the mind to do that right now.
Oh, fair enough.
I don't really want to have to think. I don't want to be put on the spot of, well, what's the best one? Well, I'd also like to rewatch a few.
That's fair. That is actually entirely fair. I mean, I'd say...
also, there's a problem where a lot of them, they just balance each other out and they're all equal because they're strong in one part, but they fuck up the other part.
Going back to our talk on Hammer Horror, I do want to watch the one with Herbert Lom. Apparently that's a really good...
Yeah, like I'd like to see some other adaptations I haven't, so I'm not going to ever make that determination until I see more. Yeah. And also revisit some of the old ones.
I'd say right now, at present, the one I'd say works for me is actually, even after 100 years, I'll definitely say the Lon Chaney one still
the
is
original
really
is still really good. I have yet to find one that's perfect, that balances everything perfectly. There's always something wrong with
that is
something.
Fair.
Like, if you can make a good Christine and a good Raoul, like that automatically is going to put you a higher level. Because the Phantom, I feel like you can be weaker on him, but he's always going to be better no matter what.
Yeah.
He's just more interesting. But like, if it's like it's balancing things.
Yeah.
Like I'll use the 2004 one where I won't say singing wise many characters are that good. Some are very good. I will say I'm going to give that movie credit. Raoul's fantastic. They fixed him. They made him better.
Well, Patrick Wilson.
It's also Patrick
Wilson helped.
It was the first movie I ever saw him in. He was really freaking good. So that kind of like, even when other things dropped for some whatever reasons, I'm not going to say what they were, he elevated up, so it kind of bounced the whole movie to make it actually entertaining for me. And it's like, that's the character I never really liked in the story that much, because it's just like that's hero bro, but like, oh, you made him interesting. So it's like, that's the whole situation, is like the balancing of all the components makes it very difficult to say which one's the best.
Yeah, and we'll kind of get into it a little bit more when we actually, sometime next year, when we do our Classics Revisited, where we are definitely going to be revisiting the Phantom of the Opera at a later point, sometime. So let's go ahead and wrap up. Top kill.
Fan.
The Fan?
Yeah.
Fan in the face?
I think it's the first one.
Yeah, I think it's the first one in the movie.
I would say it's one of the most brutal, but it's also a solid fan kill. Like, most of the time they just kind of explode when they hit the fan, but this was actually a full pushing into the fan.
Yeah, like a sandpapering type of thing.
Yeah, so that was actually like, alright. Not bad. Not bad.
Yeah, I think the thing that would have pushed that one over the cliff, because I think after that happens, it cuts to the side of a grate in the of the air vent. I think the thing that would have pushed that one over the cliff for me is if blood started trickling out.
That would have been cool, but I get it.
Yeah, you get it. I think for me, just because, like you said, it doesn't go the way you would expect it to go, I'm going to actually go with the escalator kill. Just because, honestly, sometimes the simplest things are effective, just in terms of like making you go, ooh. But just the way that so for those, we didn't get into detail what happens. It's the mall owner's son. He throws a rope around his neck, a noose around his neck, and he throws the rope. Yeah, and then puts the rope in the gears of the escalator.
So it's going to pull him up and eventually strangle him.
Yeah, now you'd think a beheading is going to happen, but instead just snaps his neck, and it's like, it's a nice, like, sick, and I do love a good neck snap when it's done like in a way that's like nasty, and if the sound work is really good on it. And to me, that was like a really good exercise in neck snapping.
Well, also, as a Phantom fan, anyone knows that was his trick, was the noose, and keep your hand at the level of your eye.
Right.
So that the noose gets your hand so you can pull it away.
Okay, so maybe he's not the Carlotta character. Maybe he's that
dude.
That
guy. That dude who died.
I know that guy has a name. I know he has a name, but there's always that one character who.
Yeah, it's the big kill, I guess you say, in the musical where he's supposed to drop from the ceiling, and it's a great moment. Even the movie did a good job of that scene, actually.
Yeah, actually it did.
It did.
To its credit, it did.
That scene was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
But like, it's the keep your hand at the level of your eye.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's classic. That's classic Phantom. So yeah, that's a cool one.
And uses the mall. Like, actually uses the mall as like a key part of that kill. So it's an on theme.
Also kind of plays into that fear everyone has of the escalator.
Criminal. That kid is back on the escalator again. Leave it alone. What?
Like, don't say when you were a kid you looked at that thing and went.
Oh no! When you were a kid, first off, you were stoked just by the idea of something. Funny thing for me, like either on an escalator or on those moving platforms at the airport, always made me feel like the Jetsons. You know?
You want to know what actually made me more fearful of the escalator?
What?
It was an X-Files episode.
Oh, really?
It was the sequel episode to the one with the dude who could, like, not morph. He could, like, squeeze into smaller spaces, and he was a killer.
Really?
And he had to, eat the liver of somebody every certain amount of years, and he would, like, go into, like, stasis and then come back. The first episode, they defeated him, but, like, he had to go, they couldn't try him or something. Like, he gets off. And he ends up killing somebody, eating their liver, and goes to stasis, or like he goes to where he was going to do stasis, which turned out to be a mall now where it originally was. So it's all underneath a escalator. And there's a sequence where they're like, it's Dana, Scully, and Mulder are like running out like from underneath. So you have all the gears here, and he's following them. They get out and they turn on the escalator, and you see the thing moving, and all of a sudden the guy gets sucked into the gears.
Oh.
And gets killed. And it was fucking terrifying.
Oh, that's cool.
Like, this was like first season. I thought maybe it was the second season, because this was the first sequel episode to the first episode was in the first season. So I don't know if it was in the second season.
Oh man,
I remember that because I was like, I never want to be near an escalator underneath it or anything. That thing's gonna fucking fuck me up. And I know I was like a teenager at the time, but it was so well done because this was early X-Files, so it was some good shit back then. But yeah, I distinctly remember that sequence.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. There's a little part of me like going, I need to one day, I say this, everyone says this all the time, like one day I gotta commit to watching stuff. And Graham nowadays with like 24 episode seasons from like it was back then.
No, it's so hard. Like, I actually love the 10 episodes or
8
12,
to 10.
you know, 8 to 12. That's fine.
I mean, Twisted Metal had 12 episodes, but they're half-hour episodes, so
yeah,
I could literally binge.
Easier.
I could binge through that entire show in like 5 hours.
Because also when you had like 21 episodes, you had some more bleh and more filler, and like, yes, you remember the great ones. Those were like 3 out of the entire season.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah. So it wasn't that great back then. So
and those are some lies that were being said by old people. It wasn't that great, guys.
Not that great. All right, but speaking of Patrick Wilson, random recommendation. I did this week go see Conjuring Last Rites just recently, and I have been binging through the Conjuring films recently, and I actually did enjoy this one. I'd say once again my enjoyment of it comes from the fact that the Warrens are still very compelling characters. So I think that's the big thing about it. It's definitely better than the third one, The Devil Made Me Do It, but nowhere near as good as the first two. But still, I will say as a conclusion, because apparently this is supposed to be the conclusion of the Warrens, like specifically the Warrens. I'm sure the Conjuring verse is going to go on in some form or another, but in terms of the Warrens, this is apparently supposed to be the final one. I will say for that end, I was actually very emotionally fulfilled, but when it came to it was 2 movies split apart. It had like a whole other part with the Smurl family, like where the haunting's going on, but then you got this whole other plot going on with the Warrens involving their daughter kind of thing, but the plots really don't come together until like 3/4 into it, and by the end it kind of feels like a bit of a rush job, but because you're still emotionally invested, it still works. So if you like the Conjuring films, you'll probably get a kick out of this one. I think I already said my feelings on it, but shortly afterwards, I took you to go see it.
Toxic Avenger. Loved it.
You loved it?
Every little bit of it, I loved it. I love the original. I have a huge...
It surprised me how much you love the original.
I really love the original. I don't know. It just sang to me. The new one, I liked what they did differently. I liked that they definitely hit home some insanely depressing things about reality that...
Oh my god, yes.
The whole part of when Winston's on the phone with the fucking insurance.
Oh.
I was like, oh boy. Oh my god. Like, that hurts so bad. And I like the character dynamics. I like characters that you thought would be super campy and over the top aren't, but then the ones that you didn't think would be are, and it was just fun. And it was entertaining, and
like the original, it's sweet.
It had a heart. It had the heart like the original. It wasn't as crass as the original, and it didn't do the...
That's a good word. That's a good word to describe
it. It wasn't as crass, and it wasn't as...
uninhibited. as
I
the
would
original.
say like it balanced itself, understanding that maybe sensibilities are a little different, but it still was able to make commentary about things like the bit of the guys holding up the restaurant because they were offended that they changed the mascot to a woman, even though they're openly like the food's still the same. What the fuck?
Yeah, the food's
and
still-
honestly, the theme of the restaurant was more sexist now.
Yeah.
Like it was more like sexualizing burgers because it was a woman now. Like, but they're like the food's still the same, and these guys were so offended that a woman was being used, and I was like,
Here's the thing I find immensely
oh my
funny.
god, that's so funny.
Here's the thing I find immensely funny about that is that this movie got shelved for like almost like 2 years, and almost as if by the fact that the gods just handed this
They knew
time,
They were
all of a
doing-
sudden, well, right when this movie was due to come out, there was that whole bullshit about what was going on at Cracker Barrel.
Oh my god, it was so
The timing was so
funny.
perfect.
It was so funny, and I love how they were like to the blind woman, "Are you triggered?" Because they're doing a white supremacy symbol in front of her face, and she's like, "I'm blind, you fucking idiot!" Like proving that like one, they're trying to upset people on purpose, but like nobody's fucking actually upset because they know they're fucking idiots.
Yeah.
And she just throws water in their face, but like. You have all the little things that if you know the original, there's all the call outs, but they're all for like if you know the original. If you don't, it doesn't affect anything. I mean, I snorted anytime I heard certain catchphrases or certain little things.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I walked out of that going, that was an awesome time. And my favorite thing was in our theater, one, I think almost everybody was about Gen X,
About our age.
There was a lot of boomers. There was like an 80-year-old couple next to us.
Yeah.
And I was like, do you know what movie you're in? Like, not to be disrespectful, but like, it just wasn't what I expected. They were laughing more than we were.
Yeah.
And I was like, that makes me so happy. That was so amazing. But like, the whole audience was cracking up. And there was a lot of older generation people there. And it just made me happy seeing
Yeah, it always as we've said in the past, we do get a little weary when like a bunch of people show up in the theater and you're worried that they're going to be obnoxious as hell. But no, I actually went to go see this 2 times, and both times we had a fucking great time on this one. So I don't know how it's doing. But I hope that it's one of those movies that's going to, much like the original, will find an audience that's loving it. I do love the fact that Troma has been so behind this movie. Like they really do. So yep, there we go. That is Phantom of the Mall, Eric's Revenge. I think we're done with malls for the time being.
Yeah.
The next one though, we do have. Well, we're not done with the diner yet. We are going to be talking about another film, which, man, oh baby, oh man. Oh baby, it's so fucking good. You're just gonna have to stay tuned. And if you wish to delve into the dark bowels of human imagination, ask yourself the simple question: what's in the podcast? Thank you for joining us on this edition of What's in the Podcast. If you find yourself hungry for more deep cuts into the gloriously morbid and macabre, you can also find us on TikTok, Blue Sky, and YouTube at Narcotic Casserole. You can also follow us on Instagram at Narcotic Casserole 25. Follow us if you dare.